So just starting briefly with the setup, as you know, we're playing out, it's been quite a high bank here, so I'm going to open the club to increase the loft on it. I'm going to hold it as normal but quite high up on the handle because I want a fairly long swing, and I'll explain in a second how we'll shorten that if we want a more dinky little shot out. I'm going to then move my body round to the left so that I'm realigned a little bit left of parallel, and the golf ball more or less comes out about halfway between where I've opened the club to and where my body alignment is. I'm going to hover the club about a ball's width behind the ball. I want to enter the sand 1.5 inches, couple of inches or so behind the golf ball, and then I'm going to try and make a swing along the line of my body, and this creates a fairly steep plane. Now, a lot of people get muddled up between the plane. They think they've got to have a very steep plane going into a steep angle of attack, but to play good bunker shots out of a high bank, we are going to have a steep plane relative to the direction that I'm going in, but a very shallow angle of attack, and so the club passes on a very shallow angle into the ball, giving it instant lift and popping it gently up onto the green. So let me just show you that. Here we are going up to the pin. I'm going to open the club face and increase the loft to get over the bank. I'm then going to hold the club as normal and pretty much at the top of the handle, quite a wide stance to give stability, and then I'm going to just turn myself around to the left, shuffle my feet in a little bit for stability, and I'm going to hover the club 1.5 inches behind, and I definitely try and hover the club just behind the ball where I would like to enter the sand. I'm then going to make a swing up to about 10 o'clock, fairly steep angle, but as I pass under, the club's going to go very shallow under the ball, instant height, and land it quite gently onto the green. And now I'm just going to show you, let me just grab another golf ball here. If we want to just pop one onto the top without being too fancy and clever, I'm just going to play another one and show you how we do that. Now, we're going to shorten the swing, and I'm going to grip down the club. What I've got to be careful of here with this though, as I hold down the club, is to make sure that I don't bend over and get too steep. So to help that, keep the shallow angle, I'm going to widen the stance and bend my knees, holding the club down, so that way I've got a steeper angle to my spine, which then gives me a nice shallow angle. It's going to be a little bit shorter swing, and hopefully the ball will just pop out a little bit shorter distance, so we can just nick it over the top. Got to keep my knees bent, but keep that in mind, you'll pop them out of the sand.